Good morning, everybody. For today's book, we're starting a new text set. So there are 5 books in this group. And this group is all about the beginning of the school year type things. So I figured I would circle back to this text set since we kind of are in a new beginning of learning at home instead of learning in the classroom. So today's first book is First Day Jitters, and it's by Julie Dannenberg, illustrated by Judy Love. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day at your new school, do you? I'm not going, said Sarah, and pulled the covers over her head. Of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. My first question for you is, how do you think Mr. Hartwell and Sarah are related? No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said. She tunneled down to the end of her bed. Why might Sarah not want to go to school? How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I just hate it. That's all. I'm going to put this picture back up, and I want you to notice differences in the class and the classroom between the two pictures. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were in bed at home like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I will see you downstairs in 5 minutes. Should Sarah get up and go to school? What do you think? Sarah tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox. What is something that you notice about Sarah in this picture here? They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe. And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat. What does it mean to slump? Go ahead and practice what slumping means. And then I want to know, why is Sarah slumping? Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like for you to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. All right, I have a couple of questions for you for the end of the book. My first one was, how did the ending surprise you? My second question is, what clues did the book have that showed Sarah was an adult throughout the story? If you have to go back through and rewatch and pause a couple of pages to do that, you can do that. There was one page where it asked you to notice something about Sarah, so I'm just going to flip back to that page really quick. See if you can tell anything from this page if she's an adult. And then my third question is, what do you think about the teacher's behavior in this story? Do you think teachers get nervous like that? Do you think her behavior was childlike? Do you think her behavior was appropriate? Talk about what kind of behavior the teacher had. And then my last question is, what was a time when you got jitters? Talk about a time when you got jitters. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.